So God says, and they shall make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits shall be its length, 1.5 cubits its width, and 1.5 cubits its height. Now, look at this. So the ark must be made, but this ark, the scripture says what? It says that it must be made of acacia. In verse 11, it says, and you shall overlay it with pure gold. Now, so this acacia must be covered with pure gold. Inside and out you shall overlay it, and you shall make on it a molding of gold all around. Verse 12, you shall cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them on its 4 corners. 2 rings shall be on one side, and 2 rings on the other side. In verse 13, and you shall make poles. I told you about poles, remember? You shall make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. So we are seeing here acacia wood being mentioned, 1, to make the ark. So the whole box will be made of acacia and it will be coated with gold, and the poles to carry it also of acacia. So, Now, why out of all trees in the world we are having acacia? Media, can you help me please? Just check acacia tree. All right, and then we show it. Whenever you are ready, just throw it on the screen. I have a very big problem because here at Goshen City we have a lot of acacia. Acacia, it is a very interesting tree because, number one, please be writing these points. It represents immortality or everlasting. Acacia, spiritually, the meaning of it is immortality or everlasting. You can Google it, you can find anywhere else. Spiritually, the meaning of acacia is something that lives forever. It also represents love, prophetically. Acacia wood or acacia tree represents love. You can validate this information. You can check it, you can Google it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You'll find what I'm telling you. So acacia, now, okay, just to move that tree, I'm going to ask for it. Very good tree. And I wanted that picture. So, it represents immortality, prophetically represents love, and it also represents resistance. Resistance. It also represents purity. Now, if you make your research, you're going to find all these meanings: purity, love, resistance. Have you Googled? Have you Googled? Hello. Have you Googled? He's not answering me. I'm talking to you. Have you Googled? Yes or no? Okay. All right. So the word acacia prophetically represents love, purity. You can Google it. I just want him to Google for people to understand what I'm talking about. So acacia represents love, purity, resistance. It also represents what? It also represents immortality. So now prophetically, I'm talking about prophetically first. Prophetically. This tree also, if you actually, okay, let me just, I want you to write this down, okay? Write them under characteristics of acacia, okay? Characteristics of acacia. Now, one, the acacia prophetically represents love, purity, immortality, and what? Resistance. Prophetically. Okay? And I want you to write those points down. Number 2, acacia represents, acacia are branchy. That's number 2. Acacia, that's the second characteristic of acacia. They are branchy. Now, this makes them to be ugly. So you can write they are branchy and ugly. Now, when we see the picture, let's see the picture. Now, I want you to see that tree. Look at that tree. You students as well, you can actually walk out. We're in a class. Come and see the tree we're dealing with. Walk fast. I want you to see the tree we're dealing with. Would you, in your normal sense, you can move forward so that you can give space to your friends. In your normal circumstance, would you choose that tree for timber? I'm saying, you guys who are that side, can you walk this way to give space to your friends? You are blocking the road for others to come and see what you are seeing. Okay, if you have seen it, I want you to memorize it in your mind. That's an acacia tree. Now, if you're looking for timber, out of all the good trees we have in the world, can you put back the tree? Out of all the good trees we have in the world, would you think of that tree? One is ugly. It's actually the most ugly tree in the world. It's acacia. 2 is branchy. Can you imagine God says, I want the poles to carry my ark to come from acacia. Now you can be seated. So a teaching will start from there. So you must be an acacia if you want to carry the glory. Now, why? So acacia are ugly and branchy. That's number 2. Why is that important? It is important because they become the most rejected tree in the bush. That as I'm speaking to you now, no one cuts acacia anyhow, because they are the most rejected tree in the bush. This is what I want you to know. When God is calling you, if you want to be a glory carrier, do not look for acceptance. Be a person who you are ready to be rejected. God is looking for people who are willing to be rejected by people. God is looking for people who are ready to be rejected by their own family, parents, anyone else. If you have, you see, some of us, we love to be rejected. Are you understanding? Someone called me today. He said, oh, Papa, there's someone is talking bad about you. I said, oh, in fact, I'm actually looking for people to attack me. I can't even pay you to attack me. I'm telling you, I can't even pay you to attack me. I promise you. Do you know no one talks? Do you know no one talks good about you? Only if they think it's a bad thing. The prophetic ministry goes under the theology of relevance. You understand this later when you grow up. You remain not relevant when everybody just saying good things about you. But if they say, hey, major one, major one, major one, major one, major one, major one, major one. Meanwhile, they don't know what they're doing. They make you even more bigger. TB Joshua documentary about him. He had 4 million followers on Facebook.